Most people buy clothing because of the popularity around a specific brand. Some will even pay top dollar for something just because of the name on the label. Branding in the fashion industry is very important, and here's why. What's up, icons? It's the Iconic Fashion Figure, and we are on day 17 of Heatwave Hustle, your ultimate summer success bootcamp. I know I've been doing a lot of talking lately, and some of the stuff I'm telling you may be going over your head, especially when it comes to branding, because you're most likely more focused on just starting a business and not necessarily the branding aspect of things, which I get it. I've done that before too, but you cannot forget about the branding part because that's very important when building your business. You want to build a brand and not just a business, especially when you're working in the fashion industry. Let me explain to you a few reasons why branding is very important in the fashion industry. And reason number one, identity and recognition. Branding helps your business establish its own unique identity. So like I've talked about in previous videos, your logos, your colors, your fonts, and the unique style and voice of your brand is important in creating your brand's identity. Think of brands like Nike and its swoosh logo. You have Chanel and its double C's, or even like Louboutin and its red bottom. What do they all have in common? They have their logos or their brand identity that once people see it, they automatically know who that brand is. And because there's that popularity around those logos, people tend to gravitate towards those brands more. So your brand's identity is very important, especially in the fashion industry. Reason number two is customer loyalty. Everyone has a brand or two, maybe more, that they typically shop. That is the brands that they gravitate towards. And that's usually because those brands resonate with them. And that simply could be because of their aesthetic and style. It could be because of the brand's mission and values, or it can be something as simple as the fit of the brand is your type of fit. So think of a brand like Telfar, where everyone shopped this brand, one, because they saw Beyonce wearing it and they're huge fans of Beyonce, so they want to buy it, or two, because it was a black owned handbag brand and we don't have many of those out there. There's something about the brand that you can relate to that then builds customer loyalty. You have some people out there that will talk bad about the quality of Telfar's bags, but they're still going to buy it just because it's a black owned brand and Beyonce wore it, so they want to support it. There's something about the brand that they can resonate with, so they build that loyalty around the brand. And this is no shade to Telfar. I'm not talking down on their quality. I'm just speaking from what I've seen as far as people talking about the brand. Reason number three is perceived value. Branding can command higher pricing because customers often associate branded products with higher quality, exclusivity, and prestige. Now, that doesn't mean that that's necessarily true, but when people see a branded item, those are the things that they assume about it. Think of brands like Louis Vuitton and Yeezy. Just because those brand names are well known, people automatically assume higher quality. People automatically assume exclusivity, especially when Yeezy was with Adidas. That was one of those exclusive items that was harder to get, and the resale value of it was very high. Same with Louis Vuitton. People will pay whatever the price tag is of a Louis bag just because it is Louis, but then you'll have people on the internet talking about how it's not real leather and it's canvas, yet people still spend top dollar for it. Again, not shading any of these brands, just speaking from what I see when people are talking about these brands. These are the topics that come up, yet people will still pay whatever the price tag is for these brands. Reason number four, emotional connection. We as humans are emotional beings. That's just a known fact. Through storytelling and consistent brand messaging, you can truly engage your customers on a deeper level, and customers will feel personally invested. Now I'm trying to think of a brand that really fits well with this. There's one that's coming to mind, but I'm trying to think of whose brand it is. I know there was a commercial, and I almost feel like it was like a women's bra, but I can't think of what brand it was. I just remember the commercial, and it had a brand message that focused more on breast cancer awareness, but it had to do with bras. I don't know why I can't think of the brand, which is crazy because I can picture the commercial in my head. But nonetheless, the message in the commercial really helped to resonate with women, and at the end of the day, they're selling bras, so they're selling it to women. So they were building that emotional connection through their commercial. You have commercials out there too on other topics that will really resonate with others. So instead of me giving you an example for this one, I want you to think about a brand that you have an emotional connection with. What's a brand that really resonates with you on an emotional level? Reason number 5 is consistency and trust. Consistency across all platforms builds trust. Customers expect same quality, same sizing, and same customer experience. This will grant you customer loyalty. Think of like Levi. Levi has been selling like the same silhouettes in their denim for a long time, and they have the denim number, so you know when you buy that denim number that you're going to get that same fit, and it's been like that for years. And they've built customer loyalty through that because people know they can buy Levi's at any store or directly from Levi, and it's going to be the same fit every time if they buy that same body. That's the consistency that you need to build that loyalty. Reason number 6 is being different. So of course we all know we definitely want to stand out from our competition. You definitely want to make it easy for your customers to choose you over the competitors. Think of some brands that are like very edgy and really just don't care what they say and how they say things because they're being true to themselves. That's who they are, and they use that in their brand's messaging. And reason number 7 is cultural impact. When it comes to cultural impact, you want to influence trends, consumer behavior, and lifestyle choices. You truly want to make your mark in the industry. Now again, I'm going to use a brand like Yeezy because when Yeezy first came out, a lot of the styles kind of look homeless, to be honest with you. When you see a lot of those styles, they're kind of bizarre, they're really out there, yet people are buying them and wearing them, and it's really setting the mark on the industry. So it's okay to be different. You just have to find your audience for that and then build that trust and be consistent with that audience. So that's 7 reasons of why branding is important in the fashion industry, and I probably can go on, but I'm sure now you are thinking of those brands in your head and starting to realize exactly why you support those brands and seeing why other people support these certain brands even if you don't. It's really important to have that branding in the fashion industry because consumers typically support brands that they know and love or that are very popular. The name on the label is usually very important to consumers. This is day 17 of Heatwave Hustle, your ultimate summer success bootcamp. If you haven't subscribed yet, certainly subscribe now because we're almost to the end of this. You're missing out on a lot. And be sure to turn on notifications as well. If you have any questions, certainly leave a comment and I'll be sure to get to you as soon as possible. That's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching.